Time to take myself seriously, come on. We move with the disgrace that the video is already, and we haven't even started, so let's go.
1, 2, 3, funky.
Fresh out the shower. Okay, so hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an answering your questions on mental health, plus like my experience with mental health. Yeah, I have a few things to say before we get into the video. Firstly, I'm sorry about the literal disgrace behind me. Basically, I'm in the middle of decorating my room, as you can see over there. Yeah, I'm in the middle of doing that, and the location where I normally film my videos, which is my desk, is just full of stuff. Like everything that is normally like basically in front of me or in front of the stuff that I'm painting is on my desk. Like it's just, everything's there, so there's no room to do anything. The second thing is I am sorry that I'm literally pale as hell. I'm in the middle of scrubbing off my tan, like I'm fake tanning today as I'm filming this, like, but after the video, because I didn't want to be like really orange while I was filming, because as I filmed I'd just get darker and darker and darker. I'm also sorry that my hair is wet, as it's going to get frizzier and frizzier as the video goes on, but we move. Let's get started. First question I got is advice for being judged by other people. The actual question I got was being judged on people at your cheer gym. They're older than the person that asked this question. They said being judged by older people at cheer. I feel like for this situation is you should probably just not worry about it. Like I know that's easier said than done, but just try not to think about what other people say about you or think about you, because as long as you're happy with yourself, you don't need to worry about what anyone else thinks, because you have to live with yourself. They don't. They can just like go somewhere else. You're the one that has to live with yourself. So if you're happy with yourself, who cares what they think? But if it's really bothering you, either talk to your coach if you're at cheer, like, and say there's an issue here, or just talk to the people, like be like, yo, what is your problem? Probably just jealous of you if they're saying bad stuff, because in my experience when people say bad stuff about you, it's normally because they're jealous of you or jealous of something you have. I wouldn't worry about it, and if it's really bothering you, just ditch the situation, just like hop over somewhere else or just ignore them generally. The next question is, how do I progress within myself? Depends like what you want, whether it's something physical or mentally. I'm assuming mentally because like the videos on mental health, but if you want to progress how you look physically to like help your mental health, like work out, grind out the workouts if you're not happy with the way you look. Mentally, I feel like this gonna sound so bad, but just like focus on the good things about yourself. Don't wake up every day and think, oh, it's gonna be such a bad day. So like try and be as optimistic as you can with everything, as a negative mindset doesn't really get anyone anywhere, does it? I actually do struggle with having quite a negative mindset. Next thing I'm going to be covering is making yourself happy, or being happy like within yourself. This is a huge, if you're not happy with yourself, obviously your mental health is going to be like bad. I feel like for this you should maybe write a list of everything you like about yourself and things, and then write a list of things you don't like about yourself, and then try to make them either symmetrical, like even, so there's an equal amount on each side, or try and do more good things than bad things. And another thing that can help with this is just to not think about what other people think about you, because like I said, at the end of the day it's you that has to live with yourself. They don't have to live with you, you have to live with yourself. I had a lot of questions about the next thing. The next thing is body confidence. I feel like this is such a big one, especially for like teenage girls in particular. It's just a massive thing. First of all, I just want to say what you see online isn't always the reality. Like people's Instagram pics, I feel like a lot of people take their pictures at different times of day in different lights, and it portrays their body like slightly differently, like highlights abs and stuff like that. So I feel like just to be cautious of what you see online and not compare yourself to the pictures you see online, because they're not always the truth, especially with editing and stuff like that. So do not compare yourself to anyone else that you see, not even just like famous people, but like everyone, because everyone is different and every body type is beautiful in its own way. Another thing with body confidence is to look at yourself in the mirror and go, you know what, yeah, I am amazing, I look great. Even if you don't feel like that, telling yourself that can really like boost your confidence. The next thing I'm gonna talk about is people not understanding how you feel. I know this can be really difficult, especially if you're trying to explain something to like a family member or a friend. You just have to bear in mind that not everyone can understand your situation, especially if they like haven't been through what you're trying to talk about. Being patient with them and trying to explain it in different ways can really help the situation. Or I feel like if people still don't understand after you've tried to explain it, make sure they know, like you tell them that you know it's not their fault, because obviously you can't, if you don't understand something, that's not your fault. But I feel like tell them that, and then maybe try and talk to someone else about it, like someone that you know will understand better, because I know it can not help situations when you feel like no one gets what you're going through. I'm now going to talk about general confidence. I personally have experience with this because I actually suffer with anxiety, so I find it hard to like talk to people. And something I really struggle with is like when you go out to eat. Obviously no one's doing that at the moment, but when you do go out to eat, I can't do it, like I can't order for myself or anything. So I do really understand the struggle with confidence. Practice it like on your own, like practice asking for stuff, and I feel like talking on the phone to people can really help that as well. It's like slowly easing yourself into like the ultimate goal. I feel like there's a ladder, and the top of the ladder is the main goal. Like say your goal is to make new friends, so then you take little steps of things that are still issues for you with your confidence, but like less big than that one. So you take the steps slowly, aim for do like one a month or something like that. I had someone ask if I felt like mental health had been glamorized online, especially on TikTok, and that they were saying that they felt like they weren't normal if something wasn't wrong with them. I agree that it definitely is like glamorized online. Loads of people talk about it, which is good, but like lots of people also make it out to be a good thing. I also feel like online, especially on TikTok, I see so many videos of like small children self-diagnosing themselves with stuff, or not even just small children, like so many people self-diagnosing. To answer the bit about like not feeling normal unless something's wrong, it's definitely not true. I feel like no one's normal. Like in a sense, I feel like we're all weird because we're all different in our own ways. So the next thing I'm going to be discussing is issues that I've overcome with my mental health. While I was in school, I had a really difficult time with my mental health, and in the process of that I lost like 99% of my friends. So like an issue I've got to overcome is that, because I've been like forced to make new friends, because I literally, no one spoke to me ever again once I left. Something else I feel like I've overcome is not putting myself down as much. Something I've overcome with my mental health is my dad actually passed away when I was younger, and I feel like I cope with that a lot better than I used to. Like I used to just not talk about it, but now if I need to talk about it, I talk about it, and I feel like that's such a huge thing to overcome, because if anyone else has been in that situation, they know it's really hard to talk about stuff like that. The next question I had is what is the worst thing someone has said to you about mental health? Something I get quite a lot, not quite a lot, but like with some people, is a lot of people go, oh, you do this for attention, you do that for attention, oh, it's such attention seeking behaviour. I think this is so rude, if I'm honest. Like it's one of the worst things you can say to someone. Like way to invalidate their self-esteem, just a way to invalidate their stuff altogether. I feel like it's such a bad thing to say. And something else I feel like is really bad that someone said to me once is that I was just faking it and I was pretending to do everything, like everything wrong with me, I was just pretending. And another thing that was said to me quite a lot while I was in school is I don't believe you, or it's not real, or that I was like purposefully acting like that. I feel like that's so, I just feel like that's rude as well. I just think it's disgusting to invalidate someone else's problems. The final question is how to cope with bullying. Firstly, ignore what they say. They're literally just jealous of you or have been bullied or having a hard time and think it's okay to take it out on someone else. So ignore. If you can't ignore because it's that bad, tell someone, because at the end of the day they're insecure about themselves and that's why they're taking it out on you. Yeah, so thank you for watching today's video. I hope I answered your question or gave you some useful advice or something. Hit the like button or the thumbs up, I don't really know what that's called, as we all know, and click subscribe if you want to see me again. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.